Hi everyone! Today I've got some simple yet surprising egg hacks that will make cooking more fun and flavorful. You might just find your new favorite trick. Let's dive right in. Want to make your scrambled eggs twice as tasty? Just add a splash of rich meat broth. Whisk the eggs with the broth until smooth. Pour them in a pan with melted butter and cook gently. The result? A soft, flavorful scramble that beats plain eggs any day. You'll taste the difference. Perfect for a quick breakfast boost.
Yeah.
These eggs are for something a little unexpected and surprisingly fun to make. Start by carefully emptying several eggs. I'll only need 2 for the batter, but the rest? Save them for omelets, scrambled eggs or baking later. Nothing goes to waste here. Then soak the shells in a baking soda solution, about 1 to 1.5 tablespoons of baking soda in 500 ml of warm water. The alkaline solution softens the organic membrane inside the shell, making it looser and less sticky. After 20 to 30 minutes, you can gently remove the film with your fingers or tweezers. Once they are nice and clean, I pop them into my secret little drying device, but air drying works just as well if you're not in a rush. Now for the butter. Mix 25 grams of flour with 5 grams of cornstarch and 30 grams of sugar. Add 2 yolks and 20 grams of vegetable oil. Then add 20 grams of milk. The milk helps loosen the texture, making the butter smoother and more pourable, a little detail that makes a big difference later. Whisk until smooth. In a separate bowl, whip the 2 egg whites and a pinch of salt until fluffy, then gently fold them into the mixture. Next, I use a muffin tin. The small cups are perfect for holding the eggshells upright. Place the shells in gently, then fill them about 70% full. No need to go all the way, we need room for magic. Bake at 150 degrees Celsius for 25 minutes. And when it's done, peel the shells to see what you've made. If a little butter spilled over during baking, that's totally fine, just remove the excess, and inside, it's still beautifully soft and springy. The result is always delightful. Perfect for parties, Easter, or just when you feel like making something fun and a little mysterious. And that's for my kids. Here's a clever garnish idea that'll instantly elevate your presentation. Start by separating the egg whites and carefully loading them into a syringe. Now heat some neutral oil to about 70 degrees Celsius, not too hot, and slowly begin dropping in tiny droplets of egg white. Watch closely, they cook instantly into delicate little pearls, almost like culinary caviar. Once you've made a batch, strain them gently, and just like that, you have beautiful egg white pearls. They are perfect for topping canapes, salads, or adding a refined touch to plated appetizers. Elegant, unexpected, and surprisingly simple to make. Rushing out the door with no time to boil eggs? Maybe you're late for work, skipping breakfast again, or heading out on a weekend hike. Here's a trick that saves you morning. Pop raw eggs into a thermos gently. Then pour in boiling water, all the way to the top. Close the lid and toss it into your bag. That's it, you're out the door. While you're on the move, the eggs slowly begin to cook inside. They'll be ready just in time for your next meal. Warm, simple and satisfying. Let them cool a bit, peel and enjoy, right where you are, at your desk, in the car or anywhere the morning leads. Bored of plain mayo? Watch this. Classic mayo is nice, but here's a twist. Make it from a fried egg. Fry it up, then slide it into a tall mixing cup, still warm. Next, pour in about 100 to 150 milliliters of olive oil. Take your time here. You can always add a bit more if you like it thinner and silkier. Then add a pinch of salt, a bit of pepper and a touch of mustard for that classic tang. And now, my favorite part, a couple of slices of cheddar cheese. Blend it all until smooth and creamy. What you get is a rich, smoky mayo with a cheesy twist. It's bold, it's different, and trust me, you'll want to spread it on everything. Looking for a playful breakfast idea? It's quick and easy too. Place your silicone molds into a pan. I'm using hearts today, but stars, flowers, even animals make it extra fun. Lightly grease the molds with oil. This helps the eggs release cleanly. Then crack the eggs right into the molds. Add a bit of water to the pan, just enough to create steam. Turn on the heat and cover with a lid. After a few minutes, you'll have soft, fun-shaped eggs. A cute touch for brunch or a special breakfast for loved ones. Enjoy! Getting picky kids to eat eggs? Trust me, they'll smile at this one. We are turning eggs into fun little dots. First, pop your piping bag into a can or cup or jar. Trust me, it makes the whole process a breeze. Separate the egg white into a bowl, then gently drop the yolk from the shell right into the bag. Then add about 10 grams of powdered milk per yolk and mix it gently until smooth. Heat up a non-stick pan, snip the tip of the piping bag and start piping tiny drops right onto the surface. They hold their shape beautifully, like tiny golden beads. Cover with the lid and let them cook for a moment. Then just scoop out these mini egg bites. Soft, warm and full of protein. Look at that, little bites of joy. I could make this all day. I love serving them in a little metal pot. It makes them look even more fun. Quick to make, fun to serve, and most importantly, kid approved. Honestly, I'm giving this one a big thumbs up myself. Need to separate the yolk from the white? Forget fancy gadgets. Just use a skimmer. Place it on a bowl, gently crack an egg over it and let the egg white slowly drain through. Once the white has separated, you're left with a perfect yolk ready to use. Simple, easy and no mess. Now I'll show you 2 ways to conveniently and compactly store eggs in your fridge. If you have eggs in a large carton, you can easily cut it into smaller sections. This allows you to stack them neatly in your fridge, saving space and keeping your eggs organized. If your eggs are in a container with a lid, here's a neat trick. Turn it over and use the space to store an additional row of eggs from another container. It's a great way to maximize storage in your fridge. And for long-term storage, keep them in the freezer. By freezing your eggs, you can extend their freshness for up to a year. Need a quick egg fix? Here's how to cook an egg in just 1 minute. Start by taking a microwave-safe plate and giving it a light spray of oil. Crack your egg onto the plate, then cover it with another plate placed upside down. Pop it in the microwave for about 1 minute. And there you have it, an easy, perfectly cooked egg ready to enjoy. Now let's move on to our next egg creation. For this one, we are bringing out the blender. Crack 6 eggs into it. Then add about half a cup of cottage cheese. The 5% fat variety works well here. Next, grate some cheddar cheese. We are looking at around half a cup. Blend everything together until you've got a smooth, uniform mixture. Now here's where we get creative. Pour this mixture into a pancake mold or small ramekins. To add an extra punch of flavor, we are going to incorporate some dry cured sausages. I'm using Hunter's sausage, but feel free to use any type you like. Even crispy bacon would work wonderfully here. Chop it up and sprinkle it into each mold. Pop these into a preheated oven at 150 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes, and soon you'll have these tender, light little egg bites. The combination of cottage cheese, eggs and savory sausages creates a beautifully balanced texture and flavor. And now let's tackle breakfast. Ever struggle with getting your fried eggs just right? Here's a game changer. 30 seconds before you're done cooking, add a splash of water to the pan and cover it. The steam will ensure your whites are fully cooked while keeping that golden yolk intact. Craving the perfect sunny-side up eggs? Yes, it's achievable. Start with a cold pan, coat it lightly with butter and add a pinch of salt. Carefully crack your egg, separating the white from the yolk. Spread the white evenly across the pan, then gently place the yolk in the center. Cook on low heat. This method ensures the whites are fully cooked while the yolk remains runny, all without burning or forming an unpleasant crust at the bottom. Now take a look at the finish. The yolk is deliciously runny, just the way we all love it. Notice the pleasant browning, there's no hard crust. And the whites? With just a poke of the fork, they tear easily. Now I'm going to show you an Asian recipe that you must try at least once in your life. First, we need 3 eggs. Break the eggs into a bowl, add a pinch of salt and then measure out 2 parts of chicken broth to 1 part of eggs. It's crucial to maintain the right proportions, so it's best to weigh the eggs first. Whisk the mixture until smooth. Next, prepare a steam bath. In a skillet, pour about 2 cm of water. To support our dish, we'll create a ring from aluminum foil. Place a plate on top of the foil ring and pour the egg mixture through a sieve into the plate. Cover the plate with a lid, then cover the skillet with another lid. Cook on low heat for 8 minutes, after that turn off the heat and let it sit for an additional 5 minutes. Once the time is up, transfer the plate to the table. Look at the jiggle. The eggs are perfectly steamed and firm. Drizzle a bit of sesame oil and a little soy sauce on top. This incredibly tender omelette will surely surprise you. Enjoy this delightful and delicate steamed egg dish. Are you looking for a clever trick that lets you fry up your favorite foods while keeping your pan spotless? I've got just the thing for you. Parchment paper. Here's what you do. Take the amount of parchment paper you need, give it a good crumple, and then smoothly line your pan with it. This simple step transforms your cooking experience. Let me give you a practical demonstration of this clever hack. I'll fry an egg with tomatoes to show you exactly how it works. And guess what? Cleanup is a breeze. your pan remains as clean as new. So go ahead, try this hack and enjoy mess-free cooking. After enjoying some eggs, don't discard the shells. Instead, rinse and boil them for a few minutes to sterilize. Then, drain and dry thoroughly using a towel. Next, we'll crush these clean, dry shells into a fine powder using a blender. This powder is a fantastic source of calcium, perfect for sprinkling over your plant soil or mixing into your pet's food. Eggs are incredibly versatile, and the air fryer makes cooking them even easier. Let's explore 3 simple and delicious ways to prepare them. First, a quick breakfast idea. Crack an egg into air fryer safe parchment paper and place a slice of bacon beside it. Cook them together until the egg is perfectly set and the bacon is irresistibly crispy. Finish with a sprinkle of microgreens for a touch of freshness. Next, a poached egg air fryer style. Crack an egg into a small baking dish and pour a little room temperature water over it. Pop it into the air fryer and in just about 20 minutes you'll have a perfectly poached egg. Silky, tender and ideal for topping sandwiches or salads. Lastly, let's make boiled eggs without the water. Place whole eggs directly into the air fryer basket. Cook at 180 degrees Celsius. 8 minutes for soft-boiled, 11 minutes for medium or 16 minutes for hard-boiled. It's as easy as it gets and great for meal prepping. 3 simple techniques to cook eggs effortlessly. Quick, mess-free and perfect every time. Hi! It's time for tips from Alex again. Today I'll share 5 awesome egg tips with you. Check it out. If you need to cook a large batch of eggs, use the oven. Set it to 160 degrees Celsius and bake for 30 minutes. It works just like boiling in the water, but you don't need to wait for the water to boil. Here they are. Be careful and use tongs, they are hot. After cooking eggs, crack them before cooling. This makes peeling much easier. Next tip on our list. Store eggs with the larger end up to keep the yolk centered and fresh longer. To easily remove an egg from boiling water, use a whisk. I'm still amazed at how convenient and simple this method is. The easiest way to crack boiled eggs is to roll them on the table. This way the shell breaks evenly and peel off more easily, saving you time and frustration. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please share it on your social media.